What's up, Gemini? How are you guys doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see how the energies are looking for you guys in the first week of March. I know I'm a little early on this, but I want to get back into doing the weekly check-ins. So it's a weekly check-in. It's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, the information is in the description of this video. Most people prefer the general personal readings, probably just because they're so cheap, but I like them because it's so easy, efficient, and to the point. You ain't got to ask me nothing. You ain't got to tell me nothing unless you want to. You're more than welcome to, but you don't have to. All you got to do is click what you want me to read and I do the rest. Really efficient and to the point. I do offer a lot more than that, though. And it's all on my website. The link is in the description. All right, let's see how these energies are looking. March, week 1, Gemini. How's it looking? Gemini and the person they're dealing with. How's it looking? 8 of Swords. I got to figure out who that is. Is that you or is that them? Judgment. Ace of Swords, reverse. So there's a, I don't know, this almost kind of feels like divine intervention. Yeah. This feels like divine intervention. Because the World card is reversed, meaning there's unfinished business here. But the Judgment is in the upright, meaning that the divine intervention means the universe stepped in and said, nope, sorry, can't do this. Your path is very important. You have an assignment. You have a mission in this life. And even though I think this was a long-term and potentially life partnership soul contract, this person being in your life is going to sabotage your calling and sabotage your life path. So that's when the universe steps in and goes, no, sorry. This person's going to fucking sabotage your whole life path. We'll do the good old switcheroo. Got to get them out of the picture first and then bring someone new in. That's what this looks like. And there's that karmic wheel. Could have been a third-party situation for some of you. For the most part, it's kind of looking like not only is this person giving you the silent treatment, but they're completely refusing to look at the truth of this situation. Completely refusing to self-reflect. Refusing to accept the facts, you know? So, it looks pretty silent, honestly, with the Ace of Swords reversed there. Doesn't really look like a whole lot's happening. That's an interesting 9 of Swords card there, isn't it? Let me just go ahead and see how this person feels about you. Hang on, I'm going to grab that super chat in a second. I'm in my flow. I can't break my flow. Let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Eight of Cups reverse. No, they haven't moved on from this. 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Kimberly, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, but we also got that devil card there, though. If you dealt with somebody that had addiction problems, no, they have not gotten clean. I think this person kind of obsesses over you for real, but with the King of Cups in the reverse here, they want you to think the opposite. It's like they want you to think that they've completely forgotten about you. But they haven't. Oh, no. Oh, no. But replacing you hasn't been nearly as successful as they thought it would be. So, for example, those of you who got left for someone else, that probably turned out not to be nearly as good as they thought it was going to be. And maybe it just completely fell through. Or even if you didn't get left for somebody else, I still think there was a big part of this person that was just really convinced that, I'll find someone else. Ain't no big deal. You're nothing but dust on my shoulder. And then it turned out, it ain't that fucking easy. Now they're scared. Now they're nervous. But they do not want you to know. They do not. By any stretch of the imagination. Probably just out of embarrassment. I just think they're embarrassed. And they probably don't want the confrontation, you know, when it turns out that you were right. And there would have to be that awkward, you know, coming forward and being like, yo, I'm sorry, you were right, I was wrong. And that, I don't care who you are, I don't care what your sign is, I don't care how mature you are, I don't care how spiritually awake you are. That is a hard pill to swallow when you have to do that. Sorry, you were right, I was wrong. Oh, you feel like you're going to choke to death on that pill. And I just think their ego's a little bit too big for that. I don't think they're mature enough to admit that. So they just want to ignore the facts, ignore the truth, push it away, stuff it away. But see, the thing is, rather than it getting easier to ignore the more time passes, I think it's getting a little bit harder to ignore. I think it's getting a little bit heavier, to be honest with you. Let's get the advice. Advice for Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Do-do-do. Ooh, this is saying communication with this person would not be a very good idea. Why? Why are the Page of Swords reversed? Why would it not be a good idea for Gemini to communicate with this person? Because the Queen of Swords. Basically, so when you have two people in a connection, right? Lovers, friends, family, business partners, even enemies. Who's the one in control? Who's the one with the power? The one who cares the least. The one who is the least reactive, right? Whoever is the most emotionally reactive, the other person's in control. So, unfortunately, a lot of people understand this subconsciously. So if you do or say anything to indicate that you are still triggered or reactive towards this person, they're going to take that as a win and they're going to play with it. So for now, I think boundaries need to be set. Now, this is where it goes into, like, if you got a personal reading from me and this was a past person, I'll ask you, how long have you been broken up? And there's a reason why I ask those things. And this right here is the reason why. Because depending on how long it's been, excuse me, let me just give you a little behind the scenes trivia about me. This isn't spiritual advice. This isn't tarot advice. This is just the way I do shit in my life, whether it's right or wrong. If me and you were close in any way and we fall out, me and you have a falling out, you ain't going to hear from me for a minimum of 1 year. Minimum of a year. You know why? Because you gonna fucking know that boundaries are to be had. You gonna know that I have no fucking problem never talking to you again. So if I do reach out to you, you're not gonna take it as a sign of weakness. I can go another fucking year. I can go 5 more. I can go 10 more. I could never speak to you ever again. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you my mama. I don't care if you my daddy, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my auntie, my best friend from fucking elementary school. So that boundary is going to be set so that if I do reach out to you, you're going to know. I'm not fucking playing. This isn't a weakness. I'm not here to play games with you. Like, I'm here to like genuinely either work this out or not. So having said that, for those of you dealing with a situation that like ended kind of recently, like within the last 3 to 6 months, I don't think it's been long enough for this person to believe that a boundary has been set. So if it's less than a 6-month time period, they're very likely to view you coming forward as a sign of weakness. If it has been 8 months, 9 months, a year, something like that, you want to start off with closure first. Now, closure, the idea of closure scares the hell out of people. People think that closure is final. It's not. Closure doesn't say anything about where this connection is going. I don't know why people get the idea that if I close this out, that means it's done. No, it means I've cleared the air vibrationally, is all it means. It has nothing to do with whether or not I'm going to move forward and find someone new or try to get back with you and give that another try. It doesn't say anything to do with any of that. It says I'm clearing the air. And then I'll decide what I want to do. Then I'll ask myself, do I want to continue moving forward? Or do I want to see if I can give this another try? But I don't know. I feel like this person's still like very stuck in their ways, you know? Very stuck in their ways. That's why you want to be careful approaching a situation like this and not get sucked back in and repeat a past cycle. Because then you're going to start all the way back to day one again. Not only will you start all the way back to day one again, but that's going to put another layer of vibrational baggage on your back. So that the journey you've taken up to now, not only are you going to have to do that all over again, but it's going to be harder this time. That's why you got to be so careful. All right, let's see what's coming in for the singles. What's due to come in next for the single Geminis? First week of March. Heavy ass fucking retrograde. Anything new coming in? Anything old coming in? Anything good coming in? Anything bad coming in? Anything coming in at all? Some of y'all got a Saggy headed your way. Well, there's somebody that has their eye on you. There is somebody that has their eye on you. If there's one thing, there's a little handful of things that I dread coming out in a tarot spread. And one of them is back and forth shit. Ace of Swords upright, Page of Swords reversed. Magician upright, Temperance reversed. Justice upright, Fool card reversed. Up, down, up, down. Up. It's like two cars with their rear bumpers tied together, driving in opposite directions. So, I mean, and that's very indicative of a Mercury retrograde. You know, so it might not be very good communication between the two of you. Actually, for a lot of you, I think this is somebody that you already know of or somebody you've already crossed paths with. And it may not really be somebody that you would be expecting to be interested. It could be somebody at the workplace for some of you. But I think for the majority of you, at minimum, you know who this person is. I think a lot of you have crossed paths with this person, chatted with them, talked to them, but they're extremely guarded for some reason. And I think you intimidate them a little bit. But not only do I think is this person feels like you're out of reach, but I think this is you not even aware that this is an opportunity. Not even aware of it. You probably never even thought about this person this way. Okay, yeah, see, 2 of Wands. What I tell you all during the all signs, 2 of Wands throws a monkey wrench. I mean, the action wasn't really all that great here anyways. Let's see their actual intentions. Do they want a real relationship? They just trying to clap some cheeks? They trying to use you for something? Like, what's their intentions? Do they mean well? Or are they just a piece of shit? Ooh. Seven of Swords, man. Ooh, Seven of Cups. So I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life. So I can't say what it is that they're doing with their life. But if they had it their way, if they had a magic lamp like that one, if they had a magic lamp that they could rub and then Will Smith pop out and grant them a wish, they would wish for a DM full of other people. Full of other people. You know, they're hurt. They're very hurt from their last relationship coming to an end. I think they've just given up on love altogether. And for the most part, they just want to get with or fuck with anybody that'll show them some attention. They don't care. They don't really care. You know? I mean, you know how people are. Some people, when they get their heart broke, I just got to find me somebody new. Somebody, anybody. I don't care who. This person, will you show me some attention? Okay, what about you? You? Will you show me some attention? Somebody, anybody. I just need a faceless, nameless somebody to come be with me as soon as possible because I can't sit with myself. I need somebody to distract me from my own thoughts. Somebody to make me feel better about myself. Somebody to validate me. Make me feel attractive. Make me feel worthy. Make me feel desirable. You know? Don't care who it is. Anybody? Anybody? Moving in that energy is never going to attract a solid connection with anyone. Ever. Anyway, though, I don't need to get into all that. I don't think their intentions are all that solid. When the Seven of Swords is the overall energy, Nope. 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 Well, let's get the advice. Deck deal I'm going to use, man. How about this one? I'm pretty sure this is the oldest deck that I have. I don't even know where the hell I got this thing. I think I got it off Etsy. My oldest tarot deck. Another one that I'm never getting rid of. Okay, so I'm gonna have to split you all up into groups for this advice. For those of you who have no idea who the hell I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because I don't think this is somebody the universe wants you to get close to anyways. So don't worry about it. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Now, there's another group of you who knows exactly who the hell I'm talking about and isn't really interested. Like, oh, I know who he's talking about. It's that fucking person at work. It flirts with me every day and creeps me out. And it's like, oh, please leave me alone. You want to feel this out, because when people like that, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't spell it out, the longer you go without rejecting them, the more hope that gives them. Every little friendly exchange you give them gives them more hope. Oh, you said hi to me. Oh, they want me. They want me. Oh, they want me. I swear to God, they said hi. They said hi. They said hello. They said have a good day. They want me. Right? I'm telling you, this is how it works. So at some point, whenever it's appropriate, and when is it ever appropriate to just say, by the way, I don't want you, so leave me alone? Figure out some kind of way to, like, let it be known. Put your foot down somehow, some way, without being awkward, without being weird. Now, there's another little group of you. This may not be many of you, but there's another little group of you where this person is your friend. And you know damn good and well they're interested in being more than friends, and you're not. You got a hard lesson to learn. You got a hard lesson to learn. This may only be one of you. But if you're stringing along a friend, knowing that they want you, and all you're doing is using that to make you feel better about yourself, if you don't quit playing that game, that is going to bite you in the ass. It's going to. It's going to. Somehow, some way, one way or another, that is going to come around and bite you in the ass. Because basically, you're just using that person's feelings for your own gratification. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. For those of you dealing with a friend that, hey, all they want to be is my friend. Oh, no. But I'm trying to get as many groups here as possible. Either way, though, not solid intentions. And oh, ladies, this is for the ladies. If you're dealing with that dude that other dudes are trying to warn you about, listen to him. When a man tells you all he's trying to do is fuck you, listen to them. When dudes tell you that, they're not being paranoid. They're not being insecure. You know, have you ever found yourself in this situation where you have unspoken animosity towards another woman? And a man is like, what, how come you don't like her? What's going on here? I don't understand. And usually you just say, listen, women know women, right? Women know women. Well, guess what? Men know men. There are men who will wait years to crack that ass. Years. It'd blow your mind if you knew how many times I see that in my personal readings. It happens a lot more than you would think. We were best friends for 10 years. And then we got intimate. 3 months later, he ghosted me. Yeah, he finally got what he was after the whole time. Ha ha! Finally slammed his flagpole down. Finally. Okay, mission accomplished. All right, I'm out of here. I see it a lot. A lot. Sorry, it's a cold, hard truth. It really do be like that. It do. I'm just telling you the truth. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you what it is. Either way, though, one way or the other, this person doesn't have solid intentions. So I would just, at the very least, kind of stay in my lane. And here's another thing, too, for those of you who know who I'm talking about. You know, like it's whether you're playing into it or not. Here's another thing that tends to happen. If you don't put your foot down and let them know it's not fucking happening, and that tension begins to build, like I said, every little interaction, oh, they said hello this morning. They want me. They want me, you know? And you don't say anything to set the record straight. Otherwise, that tension is building and building and building and building and building and building. And eventually, you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting with somebody else. A love offer that you are interested in is going to make their way in. Now, what you think's going to happen? Whoo, that person going to blow their fucking top. They going to blow their fucking top. Careful with that. Careful with that. Whether you're feeding into it or not, right? If you don't set the record straight, that person's getting their hopes up and getting their hopes up. You know, maybe it's today. Is today the day you're going to ask me out? Maybe tomorrow. And it's building and building and building. And then when a love offer does come along that you're interested in and you pick them, so there is a soul contract due to come in. For those of you who know who this person is, it ain't them. Don't even worry about it. First week of March is a slow week so far for most people. We got to get through this fucking retrograde season, dude. Remember, we're walking through the field in the rain, trudging through the mud, Pisces season, Mercury retrograde. We got to just trudge through this month, dude. All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.